I was just trying to look mad. I'm not mad yet. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since I filmed, actually. Last time I filmed was at the track, and it's because I've been battling some issues with the car, which today we're gonna find out if we fried the engine in the Subaru. Not the good kind of fried, not chicken fried, not cold beer on a Friday night. That was like the worst joke I've ever made. Anyways, if you guys watched my video where we went to that midnight rev up show, I was telling you guys I was having some issues with my clutch. The pedal was kind of sticking halfway up, and then I was also getting a cylinder 1 misfire. The misfire wasn't constant. The car wasn't actually misfiring. It would just throw the code randomly, only in 6th gear on the highway at about 2,000 RPM, around there. So for one, the clutch issue I fixed, and I could possibly make a video on that. I haven't decided yet. All I had to do was adjust the clutch pedal. I don't know if you guys want to know how to do that or not, let me know. But to get straight to the point with this video, the car was having a misfire. We went to the track after that midnight rev up show, and at the track, the car did not misfire once. Like, it ran amazing all day long. I was banging that thing off the limiter all day long, ripping on it, as you guys would have seen in that video. If you didn't, I'll put a link up top here. But yeah, like, the car ripped. So initially what I did was I pulled cylinder 1 ignition coil, moved it to cylinder 3, because that's your first hope, right? You're like, please be a coil pack, please be a coil pack. Nope, wasn't an ignition coil. It did not follow the misfire to cylinder 3. I actually haven't gotten the misfire code since I moved the ignition coil back to cylinder 3, but I've been monitoring my cylinder roughness, and cylinder 1 is the only one that counts up. It usually only gets to about 7 or 8, but it's the only one that counts up in 6th gear on the highway. At idle, no roughness counts whatsoever. When I rip on it, no roughness counts whatsoever. It's only when I'm cruising low RPM. But let's look at some spark plugs real quick. So here are my spark plugs. I got them all labeled. Here is cylinder 1, the one that is misfiring. If you guys don't know how to, I guess, analyze a spark plug or look at it, that was a really fancy word for look at it. You look at the plug, look at your tip. If it is white like that is white, that means your car is running super lean. And running lean means not enough fuel. One thing I will mention though, before I get too deep into this, these spark plugs are sitting on a sheet of paper, and that sheet of paper is kind of important. But before I get to that, I'll show you the other 3 spark plugs quick. So that was cylinder 1. Here is cylinder 2. Again, lean. Here is cylinder 3. Again, lean. And here is cylinder 4. Again, lean as hell. This might be my fault, honestly. I've kind of been all gas, no brakes on this thing for like 2 weeks now, because I've just been beating the absolute shit out of it, because that's what I built it to do, but I did not build it to do this. So depending what happens in this video, we might need to go see Matt again, or send Matt a couple data logs and see what the hell's going on. I watch my AFRs like a hawk all the time, and my AFRs have been solid. Like wide open throttle, 10.5 to 11. When I'm cruising, like 14 to 14.5, just like normal. So honestly, don't know what the hell is going on. But because we do have a cylinder 1 misfire, and it's only misfiring on 1 cylinder, I want to make sure this engine's still healthy, and I want to make sure that we did not chicken fry an exhaust valve or an intake valve on cylinder 1. So let's pray, or let's get a rip in the comments before I even start this, because it's not looking too good so far. So anyways, like I was saying, this important piece of paper here, it is a wiring diagram for a fuel pump circuit on this car. And if you guys watch the videos, you would know why I'm saying it like that. And that is because on the dyno, we were having a little bit of issues that in the top end near redline, the car was tending to lean out a little bit because the fuel pump was getting hot and it wasn't able to pump enough fuel. Now on the dyno, the fuel pump did get super hot because the car was stationary. Now at the track, it was like probably 9 to 13 degrees Celsius out that day. So it wasn't a hot day at all. Like it was nice and cool out. Didn't think I'd have any issues with my fuel getting hot until the end of the season. So I was gonna wait until the snow flies so I could park the car and then clean up all the loose ends on it, get that fuel pump hardwired, get everything I need to get done on the car done over the winter. But now it looks like we might have to do it now before the snow flies so we can hotwire that pump and see if it fixes my lean issue. But before we get to that, you guys have probably picked out that we got this little gauge going in the engine bay here. And that's kind of the gauge of death, depending how you look at it. I'm gonna set the GoPro up. We're gonna do a compression test on this thing. If you guys don't know how to do a compression test, I'll run through it quick. All you gotta do is pull the spark plug out of that cylinder. You don't have to take all your spark plugs out to check 1 cylinder, but I have them all out just because I'm gonna be testing all 4. All you gotta do, get the compression tester in there, make sure you got all the air out of it by pushing the button, make sure the gauge is reading 0. You gotta thread that spark plug tester into your spark plug hole, and then you are gonna crank the car over with your foot matted on the throttle, wide open throttle, so you can pull as much air into that throttle body as you can. And when you're wide open throttle like that, it's gonna cut ignition so the car wouldn't try and fire if you do have other spark plugs in. So like I I said, all you're gonna do is crank it over until you get the maximum PSI output on that gauge. So I'm gonna set the GoPro up. We're gonna see if we cooked her here. You guys are gonna see it before I do. So, let's hope this isn't a rip to the Subi boys and girls. All right, you got this, Stacy. You got good compression, girl. Oh, please be good. You know, well, I'm a chicken fry. Oh no, oh no. That's what, 100 PSI? Oh no. 100 PSI, do it again. Come on, Stacy, you got this, girl. We're like 105. Usually they're higher than that, like 140, maybe. I'm gonna do it one more time, but this ain't looking good. Oh, what you got for me this time? Same thing, 105. Ruh-roh. All right, cylinder 3, what you got for me? Oh, please be around the same. What you got? Ooh, maybe she's just a little bit more low compression. Block shop, what'd you build here? Oh, yeah, I didn't build my bottom end, by the way. I put my heads together, but the shop here in Edmonton called the Block Shop built my bottom end, and I've not done a compression test since I built this engine. So maybe they built it around 105 PSI, or I'm low on this side on both of them, but we're gonna run that again. Maybe there's still hope. I don't know. Now I'm stressed out. Come on, baby. What you got? Same thing, about 100 PSI. So we got 105 on cylinder 1, 100 on cylinder 2. Nope, that's 3. Why do I keep messing that up? So we got 105 on cylinder 1, 100 on cylinder 3. Let's hop over to the other side and see what we got over there. All right, cylinder 2, what you got? I want to see the same. Oh, baby, 100 again. They totally built this low compression, high boost. See, we can whip them numbers out again. There might still be hope. She might not be clapped. That's 100 PSI on the dot, baby. I probably looked like a psychopath there. Gotta snap a pic for the gram. Just posted a picture of the compression tester on my story and people are already going crazy. They're like, holy shit, did you pull it up? Guess what? You about to get clickbaited in this one. All right, I'm speaking way too soon. I better knock on some wood here. Cylinder 4. Let's go, 100 PSI, baby. I don't know if that's good or not yet. My first thought is low compression, high boost, because all of our cylinders are within 5 PSI of each other. And as of right now, I'm gonna say we could keep sending it. I don't even know what to say in this video anymore because I'm just baffled right now that all my cylinders are within 5 PSI of each other. Yeah, they're a little bit lower compression, but like I said, I haven't done a compression test since Block Shop built that bottom end. So maybe they built a lower compression engine to handle higher boost, which is good because now we're giving her the beans, which I wasn't before, but now we're rotated. We got all the boost we need. So maybe that's a good thing. Usually I sound like I know what I'm talking about, but right now it really does not sound like I know what I'm talking about. I'm honestly kind of glad that we didn't diagnose the problem in this video yet, because if it would have been an engine issue and I would have diagnosed it right there, that means engine out of the car. And right now it's not looking like engine out of the car. I'm pretty happy so far. I'm just like cheesing at 100 PSI of compression. Everybody else would just freak the fuck out at 100 PSI compression, but they're all within 5. Low compression, high boost, baby, I think. Okay, so it's been a while here for you guys, 1 second, but to clear up some confusion, I've been talking to my tuner, Matt. You guys would have seen him in my dyno video. I'll put a link to that up here. He's an absolute god. It's super late at night right now and he's responding to my messages right now. So we've been talking a little bit about what's going on and my cylinder 1 misfire and the fact that the plugs are super white, but apparently these plugs are actually burning perfect. I thought it was like dirt bike where you want a nice golden brown would indicate a good burn, but apparently a golden brown on a spark plug like this can indicate a little bit of oil burning. Oil burning is usually a little bit more black, but brown could indicate maybe a little bit too rich. From what he's telling me, a nice gray burn pattern on the tip is what you want. So yeah, the inside's white, but by the way he's talking to me, he's saying that the gray burn pattern on the tip is a perfect burn. So that shocked me. I'm learning something new because I thought it had to be golden brown. So another thing he did mention, which I debated on doing this when I put these plugs in, but I was like, nah, they'll be fine. They're iridiums. The part number on these plugs is a LFR6 AIX. And apparently the 6 runs hotter than the 7. So what he's telling me is that these plugs could be running a little bit hot because it is more of a light gray rather than a dark. So he said what I could do is get the 7 AIX 1 step colder plug, and maybe my plugs will run a little bit colder. And the next thing I wanted to do was to check spark plug gap on these. And I'm gonna show you guys on the table here right next to my leak down tester that I didn't end up using because all my cylinders were within 5 PSI, so there's no need for a leak down test. Well, unless they're all leaking and they're at 105 PSI or 100 PSI, but I don't see them all leaking the exact same amount, so I didn't bother with that. Anyways, with my plugs, I checked the gap with a set of feeler blades, and turns out 2, 3, and 4 are 28 thou, and cylinder 1 is at 32 thou. So cylinder 1 does have a larger gap, which could cause for a misfire. Maybe the spark isn't traveling quite far enough or fast enough. I don't really know what goes on in the engine while it's running, kind of a mystery. You could check it with a spark plug tester and check the spark, but I don't have that, so we're just guessing at this point. But that's super reassuring of him telling me that those are not lean. That gray burn pattern is a good burn pattern, because maybe that's what happened. I just hit panic mode and my body was just like self-defense. I'm like, shit, it's leaning out. It's gonna blow up. But cylinders are all within 5 PSI. I guess spark plug burn pattern is good. It's not the coil pack because I swapped it and it didn't follow. So I'm gonna leave the gap the way it is on this cylinder 1 plug, and I'm gonna toss this cylinder 1 plug in cylinder 3. We'll see if the roughness counts follow to cylinder 3. And then if they do, I'm gonna get 1 step colder plugs, and then I'm gonna gap those ones properly. What time is it right now? 11:41 p.m. So it's almost midnight. Parents are sleeping, but we might need to get a little cold start for the boys. Turbo noises. So far on cold start, 0 cylinder roughness on any cylinders whatsoever. So I'm gonna drive this thing to work tomorrow and we're gonna see if we pull any roughness. Maybe I'll bring the GoPro with me. So it's the morning now. I'm on my way to work and there's frost on the ground this morning. We don't got much left with this thing. I'm doing a data log right now and I'm in 5th gear so that it doesn't misfire, but I'll put it in 6th gear now and let's see what happens going 100K an hour. Look, that counts. On cylinder 1, just keep going up. We got up to 22 there. We're at 100 kilometers an hour at 2,500 RPM, and it just stumbles like crazy. Cylinder 1 roughness just keeps going up. It's at 0 now, but all of the other ones are flatline 0 this whole time, and cylinder 1 just keeps going up. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, 21. But it's at 2,500 RPM like all the time it's doing this. But I gotta go to work now, so I'll check in on another day. All right, so we are back at the place where this thing turned into a beast. We're at the shop with Matt again, the guy that tuned my car, and we're trying to first fix the idle issue. We actually reflashed the car with a revision that he made, and I've gotten 0 cylinder roughness since then. It hasn't misfired at all. So maybe the car just needed a reflash. I'm not 100% sure. One of the things that I was thinking was that cylinder 1 in my fuel system is the furthest one away from the regulator. So that line's the longest and cylinder 1's the last one, and it's at the dead end in that fuel rail. So I was thinking maybe there could be some vibration in the fuel line coming up there. Maybe there's some turbulence happening in the fuel and that injector's not getting fed properly. But then we did the reflash and we've had 0 cylinder roughness since then. So now since that issue's gone for now, we're trying to fix the idle. When you come up to a light or you're in stop and go traffic or anything like that, the car tends to come down to about 1,000. It'll dip down to like 400 RPM and it'll jump back up to like 1,500. And then it'll just keep coming down, dip like crazy and come back up. So he's trying to play with it right now and fix that, but it's kind of giving us a hard time. So he's been adding fuel, taking away fuel like crazy, trying to figure it out. We got it fixed for a bit, but then we drove the car, came back, and then it did the same thing again. So I don't know if it's like a heat soak, but we don't really know what's going on. See if it drops here again. Yeah, there, just like that. It keeps dropping, like it comes down to like 900 and then drops to like 400 and then jumps back up to 1,500. Okay, so this is, I don't know if you can see this that good on camera, but you can see the RPMs and where it's pulling fuel.
Yeah, kind of maxes out, -25, goes to 0. You See, as it's surging up and down, it's adding and taking away fuel. I wonder how we can get around that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I'm probably gonna leave here, and then that cylinder roughness is just gonna come back like as soon as I leave. Yeah. Just like when people bring their car to the shop, like to mechanic shops.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, it's making this noise, and then it comes, and then you look at it, and you're like, yeah, I can't get it to do it. They're like, I swear to God, he was doing it, and then they leave the fucking shop, and then it starts making noise as soon as they leave.
It always happens like that.
Yeah. All right, so we are pretty much done with the car now. The cylinder roughness went away after we reflashed it, which is super weird, so we don't really know what's going on with that. Looked at the data logs, and there's nothing really that's poking out, showing like, oh shit, there's a misfire there. It just pulls cylinder roughness randomly out of nowhere at 2,500 RPM. So we reflashed it, and we went for a drive, and it's gone. Like, it's not pulling any cylinder roughness whatsoever at low RPM. So the car could have just needed a reflash. Matt said he's seen that happen before, where they just need a reflash, and then it goes away. Just super weird to me. Then with that idle, we can't actually get 100% figured out what's going on. He messed with the fuel a whole bunch, adding fuel, taking away fuel at idle, messing with the idle tables, and we would fix it for a bit, but then the car would get hot and then it would start doing it again. So Matt's sending an email off to Cobb to try and figure out what's going on with it, because right now we literally can't figure it out. We tried like everything and it keeps doing it. So he said he's gonna send an email to Cobb, and then typically what Cobb does is they come back to him and say, you're an idiot, do this, and it fixes it. So hopefully that's the case from Cobb, that they just have like an easy fix for it. So I gotta wait for the next couple days, get an email from him to upload another revision in. So just to finish this video off, I guess we will get on the highway and do some pulls. All right, hopefully this is a good angle. Let's get her fired up. I think this is like the first time I've ever done a ride along with the GoPro on my head in the car. So let me know if you guys like footage like this. I'll get on the highway, do a couple pulls. So on my access port right now, I'm monitoring my fuel pressure boost, my fuel pressure differential, feedback knock, find knock learn, and roughness on cylinder 1. Because now that we reflash this and it's not doing it, I want to monitor to see if it starts doing it again, and then maybe either switch between our revisions to see if it comes back with that original first tune that we had, or see if it just goes away with a reflash again. This is like flashback to when we got the car tuned. When me and Wyatt were sitting here and we went for our first rip, this is the road we ripped down. I have no idea where I'm going right now. Oh, my hands are clammy. I'm sweating, it's hot out. Oh my God, the bumps. The roads in Edmonton are so bad. I hate driving in the city. See if we can load it up low RPM and get that turbo to make some nice little spoolie noises. Oh, sounds so good. Whoa, she is bright out. We gotta pop the sunnies on here. Oh, this gives me flashbacks to the track. I don't like F-150s anymore. They beat me. It's a sensitive topic. A little third gear pull around the bend. Oh my God. I hate merging with semis. You're gonna give me rock chips. I'm getting in front of you. Whoa, big flames. Oh, I gotta get in front of this semi. Crackle pop. Whoa, I do not need to get up on this road. I look like that guy right now. Okay, so we're cruising at about 108 kilometers an hour right now, and we are pulling 0 roughness on cylinder 1. Pulled negative 1.4 feedback knock, but if you own a Subaru, that's 0. So we're good, doing good on that end of things. That guy just, I wonder if you can see his face in the video there. He just, everybody gives me the weirdest looks when I have a GoPro on my head. We'll give him a little show. Oh wait, there's a Ford Explorer up there. I don't like that. All right, let's drop down to 100 here again. See if that roughness count starts going up. No, there's literally nothing. It's perfectly fine now. She just needed a reflash, boys. I don't know if Matt actually adjusted anything to do with the roughness or not, but I don't think he did. Oh, why do you do this to me? Stacy, you stress me out. First you made me move coil packs, then you made me check spark plugs, then you made me do a compression test, then you made me question the tune. Now he just gave you a little reflash and now you're running perfect. Oh, he wants the gap. He wants the gap. I gotta fix on my shifter the little pin that holds the reverse lockout. That pin's not sitting in there very good. so it kind of clicks whenever I shift, and it sounds like I'm grinding gears every time, but it's not. Like if I put my hand over top of the rod and the shift lockout and shift, it doesn't make the noise, but it sounds like I'm grinding gears every shift, and it is so annoying. Oh, the turbo noises this car makes is unreal. Oh, the Chevy truck's pulling up on me again. See who does. Hey, yeah, thanks, buddy. I love that when people give you a thumbs up and stuff like that on the road. Oh no, he's giving her the beans. Should we rip past him and toss a flame just to make him happy again? I think we could send it. Oh, big old flame for that guy. Oh, I love this car, man. Hopefully you can't see my speed in the video. I might have to blur that out. I did not exceed the Mexican speed limit once. I'm gonna slow down so that guy in the Chevy truck pulls up to me again and see if he gives me another thumbs up. That was hilarious. Get behind this Mercedes. Every time I see a Mercedes like that, it's either one, an old man driving, or two, an old lady with tinted sunglasses. I don't know if that's just me, but every single time I see a Mercedes like that, it's always one of the two. Hey, there's another one. Let's give that guy a show. This thing rips. I say it every time I drive it, but she fucking rips. I love the thumbs up it gets all around too, because it looks like kind of a stock body STI. Well, it is stock body. It's got wheels and it's lowered, and the headlights, but like, people don't know. She built. Oh, that guy wasn't having it. The funniest part about this car is all old people that pull up next to me just give me the biggest stink eye. They give me the dirtiest looks and they just shake their head. It is the funniest thing. I also probably look like this teenager with daddy's money that's just ripping around in a nice car. Again, people don't know. She built. See what these guys say. That's hilarious. Well, this Genesis wants the fucking smoke. I'm not gonna catch him. He's going too fast. This turbo has like the turbo flutter, but then the blow off goes right after. It's like choo-choo. It's almost like the car's telling me jokes all the time. It's like that, but I wanted to catch up to that Genesis. It seemed like he wanted the smoke, but I think he already has the smoke because he was puffing some blue smoke when he drove past here. Yeah, the most I pulled this whole time is negative 1.4 knock, and roughness on cylinder 1 is still 0. Oh, we got another Subi pulling up on the left side. Can you see him in the mirror? Maybe not. Hey, Subi wave. Let's show him what we're about. See, you can hear it rattle just like this. Oh, he's ripping. I gotta pass him. There's just so many cars on the road, I can't get next to him. Oh my God. That was a horrible bump. See, like 6th gear, up an incline, high load. I would be pulling roughness on cylinder 1 like crazy right now, and it's not pulling anything. He drives so fast. Should toss some flames for him. Let's dump a little flame here. Maybe 5th gear is grinding a little bit, I don't know. Well, we passed the Genesis. Why do you drive so fast? I want to roll with you, come up next to you, and then gap your ass, but you drive too fast. Little right-hand drive WRX though, bug eye. I like those, but I don't like that orange color. I don't know if that's a wrap. I think that's paint. Yeah, dude, that guy just rips like all the time. Why does he drive so fast? Teenagers in Subarus do not know how to have fun on the road. They just want to go like full tilt like a Peterbilt all the time. Turbo noises. Oh. I'll let them go. That Subaru doesn't know how to have fun. He won't be having fun once he gets past 50th Street and he hits that photo radar that they have set up there. I saw that photo radar set up when I was on my way to go see Matt. So good luck, buddy. right, idle, what do you got? See if you dip. Oh, no. Still doing it. Watch this, I'll hold the brake. When it comes down to about 1,000, I'll feather it. And then it's good. I don't get it. Holy shit. I haven't done a second gear pull in a while. That scared the shit out of me. Love how you just hear the turbo spool up. I need to get a quieter exhaust so you can hear that turbo more. All you hear is that Tomei all the time. It's so obnoxious. I feel like that's why this car gets looks though. It's just because the exhaust is so loud that everybody looks. Subi. Let's see if that fifth gear grinds when I just go nice. I'll hold the reverse lockout. No, there's nothing. There's nothing. Weird. Maybe we need to put a little bit of a cocktail in my tranny. All I got is 7590 Motul in there right now. Maybe we need to put some of that red line fluid, whatever that red line fluid is, I can't remember. I don't know if you guys just saw that, but that was like an EK hatch Civic with an Acura front end. What the hell? I might have to like zoom in and slow-mo that.
What the hell is even that?
Oh, here's a Fozzie. Give this guy a thumbs up. No, they had no idea what was going on. That guy was like in outer space. I don't even know what he was looking at. Okay, well, we gotta get fuel now again for the second time or third time this week. So let's get some 94 in her. All right, we got gas now. She's all fueled up. Probably the third time this week I've got gas because I drive this car a lot. If you guys are new to the channel and you didn't know, this car has 203,834 kilometers on it and she still rips. The bottom end has got about maybe 53,000 kilometers on it now. Forged bottom end. I'm not going to talk about the build because if you guys would have watched previous videos, you would have known what's in my engine. But the cams, valve springs, and valves all have 200,000 K on them. Transmission has 200,000 K on it. The diff has 200,000 K on it. The axles have 200,000 K on them. Everything on this car but the engine pretty much has 200,000 kilometers on it. Well, and the turbo and stuff like that. But everything drivetrain wise has a lot of miles of just straight beating on this thing. So this is where I'm probably going to end this video. I made this video because I wanted to take you guys kind of on the journey of diagnosing stuff like this when you have problems with your car, and to not give up is the biggest thing. I tried moving coil packs, didn't follow the coil pack. I looked at my spark plugs, thought they were lean, and here's where the thing comes in where you're never gonna know everything. I thought those spark plugs looked lean, but I reached out to someone that deals with stuff like this every day, my tuner Matt, and he told me that a gray burn pattern like that is perfect, which is something I didn't know. I thought they had to be like a nice golden brown, kind of like a dirt bike, but I guess gray burn pattern when you're making power like this is good on your plugs. So this comes back to what I was saying on my Instagram story about a week ago. I put on there just to ask me questions about the build, what should I build next, stuff like that. And I had someone respond to me telling me that they're building their Subaru Sti hatchback and they were curious what are my 3 best tips for him when getting into building a car like this. And I'll read off here what my 3 best tips were. His question was, as a person who wants to build an Sti hatch, what would be 3 of your best pointers? My answers, 1 was buy quality parts, do your research, and don't cheap out. These engines are very, very sensitive to keeping up on maintenance, and good quality parts is huge when it comes to Subarus or any build in general. If you're looking at, say you're building a Civic and you're looking at an eBay turbo that maybe you're getting it for 300 bucks versus a $1,000 or $1,200 turbo, but if that turbo grenades and ends up shooting some metal shavings from the turbine into the intake of the car, those metal shavings can go through your intake into your intake valves and actually grenade your engine. So buying quality parts is a huge thing when building a car. Number 2, I said do all of your mods at once so you're not wasting money on 7 different tunes. This is huge. I see so many people do one mod, like they'll put, say, oh, I want to do TGV deletes. They'll do TGV deletes only, and then they'll go get a tune because they have to get a tune with TGV deletes. Then they're like, oh, I want a bigger turbo. I want bigger injectors. You have to get a tune for that. Then they're like, oh, I want to change my exhaust. I want to get a catless downpipe now. You have to get a tune for that too. So if you plan out all your mods before you start the build and you do all of your mods at the same time and then get one tune specifically for every single mod you did, you're gonna save a ton of money. Because I don't know what tuning pricing is like where you guys are, wherever you are, but here I paid about $900 Canadian to get my car on the dyno and get a proper pro tune on the car. So if you're doing that 4 or 5 times, you could have bought another turbo for that price. So just like I said, plan out your build, get all the parts at once. That way you're not spending money at a whole bunch of different tunes. The third thing I said, and relates back to what I'm saying about the spark plugs when I reached out to Matt to ask him about the burn pattern on them. I said, don't be afraid to reach out to people who know more than you for help. It goes a long way when building a car. That is huge because for me, I'm a mechanic myself. I'm a 4th year apprentice. No, I'm not a journeyman. I don't know everything. Even when I'm a journeyman, I'm not going to know everything. You're never going to have enough information. And when building something to this extent, it never hurts to reach out to somebody. Don't feel embarrassed like you don't know enough. Don't feel like you're hounding somebody too much by asking them questions all the time. Just don't be scared to reach out for people, because I'd rather have somebody get pissed off at me for me asking them for advice all the time and have my car run good and get built properly than not ask anybody questions and then mess something up because I didn't have the proper information. And then the 4th thing I said on here was watch my videos. They might help you out a little bit throughout the process, which is true. If you guys don't know how to do stuff, I have some pretty instructional videos on the channel, I guess I should say, and they might help you out a little bit. So another thing before I end this video, I just wanted to say, I don't want to apologize for not uploading enough because I only have like 500 subscribers or something like that. So it's not like I have whatever 15,000 subscribers that are waiting for me to post videos. I'm sure nobody cares if I don't post videos or not, but I'm trying my best to post as many videos as I can. Just right now, I'm at the hockey rink here in Beaumont, Alberta, and I'm getting super busy with hockey season. If you guys didn't know, I'm a hockey player. Well, not a player, I'm a goalie actually, and I play junior B hockey. So it gets pretty busy. We have practices on Tuesday, Thursday, we have a game Friday, we have game Sunday. Next week, we have a practice Tuesday, game Wednesday, practice Thursday, game Friday, and then we have the weekend off. So on the days that I have off, I try my best to try and stick to that grind, get the videos edited, get them posted. But we're coming up to winter here in Alberta, so the car's gonna be getting parked. I'm not gonna drive this thing in the winter because for one, Alberta switches their fuel in the winter and the gas is absolutely horrible. And I just don't want the car to get all rusty in the winter anymore. It's been through enough winters. It has 200,000 K on it. I'm trying to keep it in good shape now. So with the winter coming and the snow coming, since the Subaru is gonna be parked, I'm not gonna stop modding this car. I kind of want to put it on E85. We'll see what kind of money I have to spend, but with winter coming and this car being parked, to keep the YouTube content going, I'm gonna need another build. So again, on my Instagram story, I had a lot of people telling me to boost the Civic, and I know a lot of you guys that have seen my Civic videos have been commenting saying, yo, you got any more Civic content? Well, let me just say, there might be some Civic content coming. And I think I could put half the money into that Civic that I did into this Subaru. And I think that Civic could wax the Subaru. So if you guys haven't already, I never asked this stuff. I did in my last video at the track. But if you guys like watching the videos, why not subscribe? Because then you get to watch all the videos and then you can like all of them. I feel like such a piece of shit whenever I ask for subscribers. Like if you guys are going to subscribe, you're just going to subscribe. I don't have to ask you to do it, but just do it. So now that I explained to you guys my whole fucking life story here, that's gonna be it for this video. I know it was a long one, but I had to clear up a lot of things on why I'm not gonna be uploading as much and stuff like that. And I had to figure out this piece of shit car that's giving me issues nonstop. So that's gonna be it for this video. Peace out, you guys. Thanks for watching. I will catch you guys in the next one.